Hello and welcome to Newsfeed on Trust TV. My name is Dorcas Yakubu Zallah, bringing you trending stories that people are talking about and sharing around the globe today, and also their opinions on such issues. EFCC recovers 753 units of duplexes in Abuja. Tinubu directs Justice Ministry, National Assembly to work on tax bills concerns. National Assembly will pass tax reform bills. Heavens won't fall, says Senator Saraki Dixon. Namibia elects first female president. Now, top on what's trending, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, said it has made its largest recovery in the history of the agency. In a statement on Monday, the agency said it recovered 753 units of duplexes and other apartments in Abuja. Justice Jude Onwu-Egbuezie on Monday, December 2nd, 2024, gave a ruling on a final forfeiture of an estate in Abuja measuring 150,500 square meters and containing 753 units of duplexes and other apartments. This is the single largest asset recovery by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, since its inception in 2003. The estate rests on Plot 109, Cadastral Zone C09, Lokogoma District, Abuja, the agency said in a statement. The forfeiture of the property to the federal government by a former top brass of the government was pursuant to EFCC's mandate and policy directive of ensuring that the corrupt and fraudulent do not enjoy the proceeds of their unlawful activities. Ruling on the Commission's application for the final forfeiture of the property, Justice Onwu-Egbuezie held that the respondents have not shown cause as to why he should not lose the property, which had been reasonably suspected to have been acquired with proceeds of unlawful activities. According to the EFCC, the final forfeiture of the property was paved by an interim forfeiture order secured before the same judge on November 1st, 2024. Now, the first reaction on this story says, the government should continue the project and rent it out to the public. Next is from one Dr. Rich Gift. Please allocate to me. I need house for Lokogoma. And the last one says, for this recovery to resonate fully with the public, the EFCC must prioritize transparency and accountability. The magnitude of this recovery demands full disclosure. We demand details and the official's identity be made public. Without these, trust in the system risks eroding. Kudos to the EFCC for their efforts, but the fight against corruption demands holistic reforms and accountability at every step to inspire genuine public trust. Now, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has defended its decision not to reveal the identity of the owners of the 753 duplexes seized by the agency, saying it is following legal procedures. On Monday, the agency said it has seized the duplexes and other properties in an estate in Abuja, the nation's capital. It did not, however, reveal the identity of the owners, prompting backlash from Nigerians. The presidential candidate of the African Action Congress, AAC, in the 2023 election, Omoyele Sowore, was among the critics. But the EFCC has described the backlash as tantrums and unacceptable. Well, meanwhile, court papers filed by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission and obtained by Punch newspaper have linked the immediate past governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, to the massive Abuja property with 753 duplexes and other apartments located in the cadastral zone area of the capital city. Next on what's trending, President Bola Tinubu has directed the Federal Ministry of Justice and the National Assembly to work on concerns raised over the tax bills. Criticisms have greeted Tinubu's transmission of the tax reform bill to the National Assembly. The move has pitted the president against some governors, with the most vocal criticism coming from the northern region. Some critics believe the bills are against the northern region, while others argue that they would further impoverish Nigerians. But to address these concerns, President Tinubu has mandated the Justice Ministry to look into the concerns raised and work with the leadership of the National Assembly to fine-tune the rough edges of the bills. Now, responding to that, a netizen with the name Ade Banks wrote, "No one is complaining of VAT being increased to 12.5%. Politicians are only fighting for their share." Next one is from a user with the name Don Brizzy. "This bill needs to be passed. The northern region has greatly benefited from other states due to the population-based tax advantages it receives. However, instead of developing their own state and leveraging their population to generate more revenue, they continue to take more than they contribute. And the last reaction on this story says, "Let Tinubu rest. This tax reform is ill-timed. Can't Tinubu pause for a second and realize the damage to the earning capacity of Nigerians? Prices of everything has tripled since he took office, and here again, he wants to increase taxes." Now, still talking about the tax reform bills, the chairman, the Senate Committee on Ecology and Climate Change, Saraki Dixon of the PDP Bayelsa West, has said the tax reform bills will be passed by the National Assembly despite opposition from different quarters. In an interview with newsmen in Abuja on Monday, December 2nd, Dixon, a former governor of Bayelsa State, said the bills will be passed like the Petroleum Industry Bill (PIB) and the heavens will not fall. President Tinubu had on October 3, 2024, transmitted to the National Assembly 4 tax reform bills in a letter read by the Senate President Godswill Akpabio and Speaker of the House of Representatives Honorable Tajuddin Abbas during separate plenaries of the two chambers. However, Nigerians, including some governors, traditional rulers, civil society organizations, federal lawmakers and others have kicked against the bills. Last week, the Senate passed the bills for a second reading while the House of Representatives is yet to act on the bills. Reacting, Senator Dixon said, "The PIA was passed. We wanted 10%, which was what Yar'Adua proposed. They, which is the federal lawmakers, reduced it to 3%. Heaven did not fall. These tax reform bills will pass and heavens will not fall," he added. Now, responding to that, a netizen wrote, "Now the best time for northern elders to sit down and discuss how they want to stop bandits and Boko Haram so that people can invest in their land too." Next reaction is from a user with the name Big Abiola Entertainment. "This administration isn't renewed hope but renewed tax." And the last reaction from this story is from one Chris Banks. "Much of the reforms are not bad. People are worried about some of the little details and they need clarity. But when we have people whom are supposed to be elder statesmen come and speak this way, we begin to wonder if, in fact, some of the worries are actually genuine." Now, next one was trending. Election materials and other properties have been destroyed following a fire incident at an office of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, in Delta State. The INEC National Commissioner and Chairman of Information and Voter Education Committee, Sam Olumekun, said the incident happened in Owa Oyibo Town, Ika Northeast local government area of the oil-rich state. The report indicates that the incident occurred in the afternoon of Monday, 2nd December 2024, as a result of a sudden power surge following the restoration of the public power supply, Olumekun said in a Tuesday statement. The store section where petrol generators and other items were kept was completely razed. Items destroyed in the inferno include 706 ballot boxes, 50 election bags, 322 apron vests, 3 electric power generators, 140 stamps, 50 ballot box seals, and assorted items such as envelopes, posters, forms, and booklets. Now, reacting to the story, a netizen wrote, "Nigeria is like Z-World, extraordinary every day." The next one reads, "It's sad, really. Fire no catch since all this time." And the next one says, "Is this of all places that election materials could be stored? Hashtag on seriousness." Now, let's go on a quick break. We'll be back in no time. Do stay with us. Welcome back. In case you're just joining us, you're watching Newsfeed on Trust TV. Now, a student teacher in Ogun State, identified as Adiola A. Adeyemo, attempted suicide after a cane she was holding caused damage to an 11-year-old pupil's right eye. The spokesperson of the State Police Command, Omolola Odutola, confirmed the unfortunate incident to newsmen on Tuesday, November 3, 2024. According to the PPRO, Adeyemo, a 400-level student from Tai Solari University, Ijebu-Ode, was on teaching practice at Owiwi Nursery and Primary School in Obadaoko, was addressing the class on Tuesday, December 2nd, when the pupil, Alao Idera, ran into the cane she was holding, injuring her right eye. The child was rushed to the Federal Medical Center in Abeokuta, where she was operated on and the eye was removed. The teacher was swiftly arrested following a complaint from the family of the pupil. Odutola added that Adeyemo attempted to drink harmful substances upon hearing that her pupil lost her right eye. Next one was trending. A Nigerian pastor, Toby Adeboyega, has lost his legal battle against deportation from the UK following allegations of fraud and financial misconduct linked to his controversial church, SPAC Nation. Despite claiming deportation would breach his human rights, an immigration tribunal ruled that he should be deported to Nigeria. Adeboyega, 44, who is a cousin of Star Wars actor John Boyega, had urged that removing him from the UK would violate his right to family life under the European Convention on Human Rights, ECHR. He cited his marriage to a British woman and his community work with SPAC Nation as reasons for remaining in the UK. Describing him as a charismatic leader, his legal team highlighted his efforts to mentor hundreds of young people, particularly from London's black communities, to steer them away from crime. They claimed his work had been praised by prominent figures including former Prime Minister Boris Johnson and senior Metropolitan Police officials, although no testimony from these figures was submitted. However, the tribunal noted that the Home Office presented a different narrative. According to the judgment, various manifestations of Adeboyega's church have been closed down by either the Charity Commission or the High Court because of concerns over its finances and lack of transparency. SPAC Nation was shut down after failing to account for more than £1.87 million in expenditures, with allegations that the church encouraged members to take drastic measures to donate money. Former members accused the organization of being a cult, claiming individuals were urged to take out loans, commit benefit fraud, and even sell their own blood to fund the church. It is alleged that the church leadership led lavish lifestyles and there have, it is said, been instances of abuse, the judgment stated. Now, responding to that, a netizen with the name Sammy Kings wrote, "Anyone that is shocked about this news is not serious at all." Next comment says, "But he can actually go to other countries. He mustn't have to come back to Nigeria." Next reaction says, "We all know he was never a pastor though, because I have never for once seen him preach." Finally, Namibia's ruling SWAPO party was declared winner Tuesday of last week's disputed elections, ushering in the Southern African country's first woman president after a disputed vote that the main opposition has already said it does not recognize. Vice President Netumbo Nandi Ntaiwa took just over 57% of ballots, followed by the candidate for the main opposition Independent Patriots for Change (IPC) with 25.5%, the election authority announced. Nandi Ndaitwah, 72, becomes the first woman to rule the mineral-rich Southern African country that has been governed by the Southwest Africa People's Organization (SWAPO) since independence in 1990. A November 27 election was extended twice as logistical and technical problems, including a shortage of ballot papers, led to long queues. Some voters gave up on the first day of voting after waiting for up to 12 hours. The IPC has already said this was a deliberate attempt to frustrate voters and it would not accept the results of the elections. Its presidential candidate, Panduleni Itula, 67, said last week there was a multitude of irregularities. No matter the result, the IPC shall not recognize the outcome of that election, he said on Saturday, the last day of the extended vote. And the first reaction on this story is from a user with the name Big Money Ike. "I pray God gives her the strength to carry out her task. She's very old. Where are the vibrant youths?" Next reaction says, "Congratulations to Africa and women." And the last reaction we're taking on the program today reads, "I'm going to be the first Nigerian female president. Mark my words. Congratulations, Mama." And that's a wrap on the program today. Do also follow us across all our social media platforms for more programs, news, and documentaries. Until next time, goodbye.